stressed. I have a huge art history test tomorrow, and I have no idea how I'm going to remember all of this information. It's just too much.
Well, there are lots of cool techniques you can try in order to encode data into your long-term memory.
No way!
Yeah, I'll tell you about them now. First, you should try elaboration. The immediate goal of elaboration is not to memorize, but to understand. Yet attempting to understand is perhaps the most effective way of all to remember information. In Yuki Hariba's research paper, The Role of Elaboration in L2 Text Memory, it's explained that to achieve coherence in a text representation, the reader must encode not only the ideas and events explicitly presented in the sentences, but also relate them to ideas and events that already exist in the long-term memory.
Wow, but how am I supposed to do that?
Why don't you try chunking?
What's that?
Well, chunking is the process of grouping adjacent items that are at first perceived to be separate into single items. It decreases the amount of items to be remembered, but increases the amount of information in each one. So, if you have to remember your social security number, just break it down to a few items, each with a few numbers, that are easy to remember, like years or dates, and it'll make it way easier.
I don't think that'll work for me. How about organizing the information into a chart?
Actually, that's called hierarchical organization. Let me show you how it's done. You see here, instead of having to remember all these painters and sculptors and what period they worked and where they're from, you can group it by different subjects and then just remember where the painter was on your chart, and all this information will be remembered as well. It's much easier than a giant list.
Wow, that's awesome. If I use this method, I will definitely get 100.